Wingy Boxing IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Here with Eddie Hearn, a smiling Eddie Hearn. Yeah, that pretty much says it about tonight, doesn't it? Where do we start? Let's start with the big one. CHISORA White flipped me, man.
I mean, you always, like, look, I'm a promoter, right? I think you guys have sort of got the gist now, judging by the general reaction I get when I come on the mic, but I'm a promoter, I'm a salesman. Some might say a used car salesman. Sometimes I think slightly lower level than that. But when you create, when a rematch comes of a fight like that, you hope and pray, but you believe, because I couldn't see anything else other than that this is going to be incredible. But there's always that little bit in the mind, like, shit, what happens if it doesn't? And that, to be honest, that's not just this pay-per-view, that's every pay-per-view. I'm under it, big time, aren't I? Because if it's shit, I get it. No one else. No one goes, do you know what? The fighters never really perform there. They just go, Hearn's a prick, I can't stand you. So, it's always great when it's fucking unbelievable. So, firstly, I'm so glad it was fucking unbelievable. And secondly, I'm so glad that for the fighters and everybody involved, that one, they're okay, but two, they put on, you can't imagine. I mean, these people aren't human, Wingy.
Some of those shots.
I mean, like, I was, after, a lot of people saying it was better than the first fight, it was certainly more dramatic than the first fight. CHISORA looked to me to be gone in the first round. He then came back and totally started dominating the fight, sorry. Like in the mid stages through to 7 or 8 rounds. Obviously had a couple of points docked, and then White started to take over the fight. CHISORA, to me, looked like he was getting tired, and he just got lazy trading up with that left hook. And we said in the build-up to this fight that you can't keep trading off like that and just keep taking it on the chin. And it was probably the most brutal knockout I've ever seen live. I mean, it was, and listen, I know CHISORA, me and him will go backwards and forwards. I couldn't have more respect for Derek CHISORA, because he's one of the fucking toughest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. He wanted to get up. I mean, he was out. And, you know, I thought DILLIAN WHYTE was really composed tonight. He never panicked at any time. 2 cards had CHISORA up by 1 round.
How did you have it?
I probably had it all square, but it was starting to go with DILLIAN. But I felt that he was patient. I felt that he was in control, even if he was behind, if that made sense. He was the one that looked more likely to win by knockout or stoppage. And I think Derek just put so much into those early stages of the fight, but it was absolutely epic. And massive respect to those two, because they've done it again. They've done it again. They gave us a true heavyweight classic.
You got a good one with Joshua Buatsi, isn't there? There's something.
Mate, he's fucking unbelievable.
Do you see pound signs when you see him? Ching ching.
Do you know what it is? It's a bit frustrating, because he's demolishing these guys so easily that people will just think Quinlan's he's fucking useless. But he's not. He's a decent fighter. I'm not saying he's world level, but he's a decent fighter.
You're supposed to give him rounds.
He was, and he's very tough. But Buatsi, he's such a sharp, brutal, spiteful, that's the word, spiteful puncher. And as I said in my interview, it looks like Callum Johnson's got a big fight in the States, so the board have told me that they're going to order Buatsi against Yard, which is great. And I went up to Yard tonight, I said, mate, whatever you do, please do not pull out of this fight. So we'll see, and it can go anywhere. It's great for the fighters. There'll probably be a big purse bid, we might lose the purse bid, yeah, cheers man. We might win the purse bid, both fighters will make a fortune, and let's see who wants it. You know.
I said to Buatsi, give me the Yard fight please, and he's often quite cold, not cold faced, but he's got a certain composure. Yes. A smile come across his face. He wants it, doesn't he?
We want it bad. We want it so bad.
But you know, it's weird, because I don't want to push him. I don't want us fans to sort of push him into these sort of fights, but it seems like a natural fight that people have wanted for a while, isn't it, the Yard fight?
Okay, now.
Okay.
We'll pick it up after you.
Yeah, pick it up after. Right, picking this back up. Right, let's have a talk about David Price, Tom Little. What did you think of that stoppage? That was quite.
Do you know what? When I saw it live, I thought that it was a good stoppage, and when I saw it on TV, I thought it was a terrible stoppage. That makes sense. He got hit on the top of the head, and his legs went completely, and Price looked like he was going to render him in a bad way. And when I saw it back on TV, he was actually protecting himself when those punches were raining down on him. So it's a tough one, isn't it? Not you, but they want to see someone out cold. And the ref was trying to protect him. I felt like it was definitely too early for stoppage.
That's what Price said to me. He feels. I asked him what he thought on the crowd response, and he said they just want to see him flat out.
They do. But that's what they want. Come on, listen. It's the fight game. What do you think the public want? An early stoppage where a bloke don't even get hurt? They want to see a brutal knockout. So that's why they boo. I understand that, you know. And yeah, it's. I thought it was a good performance from Price. I thought it was a decent performance from Tom Little, actually, to be honest. And I'll give him another fight for sure. Now Price will come out. I'll probably box him March 30th in Liverpool. We're doing a big show. So he's going to get a decent sized fight. He wants Lucas Brown. Everyone wants to fight Lucas Brown. Dave Allen, people in the States, so we'll see. I
was quite surprised because Price actually said in the interview, I want Lucas Brown, he's been disrespecting me. I was like, oh.
Never seen that from Price.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a good fight. You know, any fight like that, it's a good fight. Price is entertaining because he's always one shot away from being knocked out, and he's also the hardest puncher in the division. So I like David a lot, and I think he's very disciplined. I think he deserves all the chances he gets. And now, after that win, he will get another chance of sorts.
I like to think I'm a hard nut, Eddie.
Oh, what, hard nut?
Hard nut, yeah. You're not too sure about that, are you?
Go on, what's coming next?
What's coming next? But Charlie Edwards.
Oh, mate.
Man, that even had me blubbering, man. That was emotional.
It was. I mean, in the build-up, I was following him on social media, just thinking, you're really putting a lot of pressure on yourself here. I went into his change room tonight, and he had a flag saying, and the new world champion. And I was like, fuck me. Like, if this kid loses, he's going to be absolutely heartbroken. And the first round, which was actually one of the few rounds I gave results, I was thinking, do you know what, this is going to be a handful. He boxed absolutely out of his skin. And you know, every fighter's got a story. Charlie's story is, you know, one, that he's dedicated his entire life to the sport, and two, that his mum has been very, very ill and he's had to deal with that, and it's been emotionally very difficult for him. But tonight you saw a guy who, you know, it meant the absolute world to him becoming world champion, WBC world champion, boxed brilliantly. I'm chuffing, absolutely chuffing.
So is it your fight? That might be a little bit more, what's the word? Like appealing to how before he looked down on it a bit, didn't he?
It's definitely appealing, and it's a good fight. It's always been a good fight. But you know, Yafai has always said to Charlie, go and do something. You ain't fought no one. And now he's gone and won the WBC flyweight title. So yeah, we can look at that. I just want to see Charlie be in big fights and make some good money. You know, down at those weights, you don't get the opportunity to make big money. He's never made big money. And now he's world champion. Let's get him in big fights. He's a good fighter and he's going to grow from that win.
Is John O'Carroll Tevin Farmer official now?
Not yet, no.
Is it looking like
it's looking very likely, yeah.
Who is going to slot into April 13th? What's the most likely percentage you've got?
Joshua's still, that's happening, you know, Joshua's at Wembley, but if we can't get Wilder,
it's going to be Dillian in it, mate. It's going to be Dillian.
Maybe not. It's not going to be an easy deal to do. You know?
Do you reckon?
I don't know.
They both want. I think they both want the fight.
Great fight. But long way to go on everything. But I promise you, we're now 22nd, 29th, 3 weeks. Give me 3 weeks.
Okay. What about Miller? How close is he? Like, if he's going to say Dillian, or if you're going to say
only if we don't go to Wembley.
Right.
If we don't go to Wembley, we can't get Wilder, we can't get Fury, we can't get Dillian White. Then there is a small chance that we could go to New York and fight Gerald Miller.
I'm a fight fan. I love fights, but even I'm getting a bit tired of asking it. But I'm going to. Calmbrook, what's the latest? I'll just play it out now.
Nothing more to tell. Nothing more to tell. He's going to decide between Crawford and Brook, and quite honestly, it's like that.
Anything else I forgot about? Anything else coming up?
I'm going to fucking have a few days off, mate, to be honest with you. We have done 14 shows on the bounce, and it has been just the most incredible year for British boxing. and I'm very proud of what we've achieved. I want to thank the fans for all the stick I've got, but on a serious note, for supporting not just matchroom events, but boxing in general. And by supporting, I don't even mean buying a ticket or buying a pay-per-view, I just mean having an interest, debating it online, you know, going to a show, buying a pay-per-view, tuning into Freeview, anything you want, watching Wingy.
It's good, man.
You know, boxing's in a wonderful place, and next year we're going to have over 60 shows worldwide, and it's going to be a big challenge, but we're up for it. And nights like tonight make you realise it's the fucking greatest sport of all, and we are the fucking daddies.
Are we going to see next year a little bit more, not cooperation, but flexibility when it comes to clashing dates?
It's never going to change. You know, someone asked me a question in the interview and said, don't you think all promoters should get in a room and discuss the dates and make sure, mate, come on, live in the fucking real world. You don't get the opportunity to. You get told about a date that works and a venue that works, right? And you've got to strike. It's a reactive business. If you want to go to Liverpool in March, and Sky turn around and say, oh, March the 30th is the date, you phone up Liverpool and you get that date as soon as you can. You know, if there's another show, we're going to be clashing with ourselves next year, right? So we're not worried about clashing with other people. You know, we've done a show tonight, massive pay-per-view numbers. I'm sure they've done massive pay-per-view numbers as well. And by the way, it sounds like Warrington-Frampton was a good fight, and we had an absolute epic. So, you know, no one didn't get value for the choices they made. But you've got ITV in the game, you've got Channel 5 in the game, you've got BT in the game, you've got Sky Sports in the game. There's going to be loads of clashes next year, I'm afraid. Loads.
What was your thoughts on Khan's comments about Brooke and the sexuality comments? What went through your mind when you first heard it?
Nothing. I mean,
it shocked me, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think, look, you're going to see a lot worse if that fight's made. It's very personal between them. So, you know, I can't explain any man's comments, but what I can tell you is going to get a lot worse if that fight gets made.
Eddie Hearn, hope you have a good Christmas, mate.
Wingy.
It's been a good one. Thank you, brother.
Respect.
Thanks for speaking to Wingy Box and IFL TV. Appreciate it.
Cheers.